4:30. Let's kick off this meeting on October 12th, 2023 at 4:30 on the Greenfield City Zoom platform. Your statement is this meeting is being recorded. If any other persons present are doing so, they must notify the chair at this time. Anybody else there? Recording? No? Perfect. Okay, let's take attendance. David Singer.
Here.
Hawkins is present. Mayor.
Here.
Chief Strahan.
Here.
Diana.
Here.
Diana's here. David M. No. Steve Draculich. No. Gene Wall.
Here.
Amy McMahon.
Here.
Jen Stromston.
Here.
Hi, Jen. Thanks. And Jim Wynn.
Here.
Okay. Also, Laura Phelps is present, correct? And Peter MacGyver.
Present.
Neil Joyce. And Katrina, anywhere? No, Simon's here.
Simon is here and Dennis will be joining as well. He's just using the restroom.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Remember me,
pretty
bud?
good. How we doing? Long time no see.
Hello, Dennis.
Nice to see everybody.
Prior meeting minutes, table that to the next meeting. Neil, I made you the co-host, so budget update, submittals, and current budget status.
Okay. Butch, I'm not sure. I apologize to the committee. Everything went out late this morning. So I will share first the invoices that were submitted for payment this month. DA Sullivan in the amount of $1,213,105.56. CMS in the amount of $30,000. Pacheco Ross in the amount of $37,337.74. Box Modular for the extension of the temporary fire station offices, $7,533. And the first group of invoices related to the communications equipment that was purchased through Motorola in the amount of $17,463.75. My math is correct. That is a payment request in the amount of $1,305,440.05. So if there are no questions with those, we will revert over to the budget.
Should we make a motion before he does that?
Yeah. Let's do a motion on the payment summary invoice. $1,305,440.05.
Could we see that screen again, please?
I'm sorry, Mayor. Yep. Hold on.
Oops.
There you are.
Second the motion. Or did make it? Did anybody make it?
I think you made it.
All right, Mayor, you
David made it, you seconded it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Are there any questions on any of the invoice payments?
No.
Okay. All those in favor, David Singer?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mayor?
Yes.
Chief?
Yes.
Diana?
Yes.
Steve? That's
Yes.
Steve's.
So
Jean?
two Steves.
Yes.
Amy?
Oh, yes.
And Jen?
Yes.
And Jim. Okay, thanks. Okay, Neil, I think you can switch over to the budget.
Okay. So budget update, also representative of the costs that were presented. You guys can see the budget, right, Butch?
Yep,
Okay. Progress payments again to CMS, to Pacheco Ross, as well as the contractor. Miscellaneous project expenses for testing and whatnot are updated. Furniture and equipment, again, first invoices to Motorola are reflected in payment here. Temporary fire station costs are approaching 2.9 million invested to date. We're carrying another 525,000 of that remaining, and remaining project contingency at 921,407. Total expenditures to date, $14,234,728. We're tracking on budget, which is very good. Latest communications with the contractor is they are still forecasting delivering the building to the city for furniture in mid-January, so we're right on track with where we thought we would be. We're still working through some of the miscellaneous change orders with the contractor in terms of the temporary electric and other things that are going to be necessary to get them there. But we will bring those to the committee as soon as they are available for approval. So I would be happy to take any questions that anybody has on the budget update as presented.
I can't see you all, so if you. Go ahead, Mayor.
Mayor here, yeah. You said, I believe, that the building is to be delivered for furniture mid-January. Are you saying it would be ready to accept the furniture, or the furniture is being delivered in mid-January?
So we're in the process, Mayor, of going through and vetting out the first furniture proposal that we've received
Okay,
from WB Mason. They have confirmed that with a furniture order of November 1st, they will be ready to deliver the furniture in around the 1st of January. So building in a little bit of cushion into that for unforeseens and whatever else, we are anticipating that the building will be ready for furniture in the middle of January.
great. Thank you.
Any other questions for Neil about the budget?
I do have a procedural question.
Sure.
So we have a couple change orders that I think will be coming up relatively soon that may be time sensitive. I know that we don't have a final cost on it. Would it be appropriate to authorize up to a certain expenditure to make sure that we don't delay getting approval for some of the change orders?
Well, what are they?
Offhand, I think the retaining wall is one of them. I know there was a couple, but that's the one I remember right now. I think a window was the other one.
The retaining wall against the neighbor's property? Is that what you're speaking about, Chief?
Yes, my understanding is that that's not complete yet. And that a change will be forthcoming on that, but you know, I mean, we are running into cold weather, so I just don't know if that comes into play or not.
Yeah, I didn't think I didn't think part of it was even due to come in until January. Isn't that correct, Neil?
There was some question as to the lead time for the added timber guardrail. Yes.
Yeah. 16 to 18 weeks, I thought it was.
Right. And that's why I'm just bringing it up if we should preempt it or wait until we have a firmer price.
Well, I refer to OPM on that one, I guess.
So
Neil, this
if
is
it,
Dennis.
if it's, go ahead, Dennis.
I don't know about you, but given the type of construction, the fact that the building is permanently closed, and yes, this is outdoor work. Yeah, I'm not particularly worried about winter conditions, for the guardrail. Retaining wall may be a different issue, but the guardrail and the window doesn't bother me because you can always, install that from the interior. We can get the prices, which we've already started doing.
So
I
are
think-
are you saying that we could approve them at the next month's meeting?
I don't see any urgency, but I want Neil to weigh in on it also.
I would, if to recognize the chief's concerns, I would suggest that perhaps the approval authority of the change order subcommittee be exercised or perhaps enlarged to accompany those three changes as they will come before the board, most likely before our next meeting.
How much are we talking about?
Yeah, let's.
Those
Okay.
costs in front of me today. I apologize.
Yeah.
Neil, I've got the original memo. I think we had some. On the guardrail, I don't have anything. Retaining wall, I don't have anything. I thought I had something on the window. No, I'm not
Yeah,
seeing.
the window I think is gonna come up, Dennis, when we do the change order.
Okay,
Yeah, so, again, I didn't mean to put anybody on the spot. I was just wondering if it was beneficial to do that, but if it's not, then
no, we're just looking for numbers, chief, see if we've got them yet.
I don't know, we're
Right.
getting down to crunch time, so.
Well, is it gonna go above 25,000? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, we can't approve above 20,000. Small group.
Correct. That's why I was wondering if we could preempt it.
Yeah. Well, I think we have to have some definitive numbers for the board to really weigh in on.
I think, Butch, I think the problem is that we haven't got there as a project team yet.
Right.
I think that Pacheco Ross was still waiting for commentary from their consultants. And until we get confirmed that we're looking at the right scope of work, we can't really comment on what the proposal was presented as and whether or not it reflects an appropriate fee.
Right. So I think we
Correct.
should take it up next month then as a change order. Because it's outside work and like Dennis says, the window can be done from the inside.
Yeah, so the only reason why I brought it up as a concern was, some of the resources from a company standpoint. The people that will be doing the work are on site now. That's the only thing. So
Right.
pretty soon they're not going to be on site. I mean, they're obviously going to come back for things, but
No, I did find a cost on the window one. And then I believe there was also, some kick plates, or at least insulation, I'll let Simon talk about that. But the window is in the vicinity of $6,700 plus or minus.
Yeah, the window was a small thing. The retaining wall.
Yeah, I think the window will, I think, come up for change orders at this committee. Looking at the correspondence, I think Neil's advice on that one was for the window to be presented today. I don't have numbers for the retaining wall and guardrail, however.
Yeah. So the next item was the change order update. So let's approve the budget and then we can actually get to the change order piece. Are there any more questions on the budget? Hearing none. All those in favor, David Singer,
Approve.
I approve, Mayor,
I approve.
Chief,
Approve.
Diana,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Jean,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
and Jim.
Yes.
Okay. So what we do have in front of us for a change order request is the window for somewhere around 7,000. Is that correct, Simon or Neil?
Yeah, 6770.89. So just shy of 6,800.
Right. Is there a motion to,
I'll make a motion.
So moved.
any
Second.
further discussion about that? Second, any further discussion on the P700?
You want a little explanation?
Yeah.
Yes. Where is that window going?
Yeah, so when we were looking at the initial outline of the building, they put the mezzanine in, and there was very little natural sunlight that went into the mezzanine. This adds a window in the rear of the building that overlooks the mountains, and it brings in natural light into the mezzanine. If you go to the rear of the building at the apparatus bay and look midway in the building, there's a hole opening for where that window will go. That was a request made by myself and the fire department to add a little bit more natural light into the mezzanine.
Any other question to the chief on the window?
Thank you for that.
All those in favor, David?
Yes.
Singer? I say yes, Mayor,
Yes.
Chief,
Yes.
Diana,
Yes.
Steve. Thought he said yes. Jean,
Nodded.
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
and Jim.
Yes.
Okay, on the other matter for change order, I'm really reluctant to authorize any change order on monies that I don't see. We've already gone through a little process with the OPM, kind of balking at some numbers and, asked for new numbers and got new numbers on an item. So I kind of really would like to have him have an opportunity to, review the numbers of any higher price change orders. And without those, and without him having the opportunity to do it, I'm very reluctant to take that issue up. Anybody else wants to comment on that?
I
Yeah.
concur.
I'm actually going to weigh in on that if it's okay.
Sure.
Again, my only concern is that the contractors are on site now with the equipment that they have. We have a project manager that has shown by example time and time again that he is very conscious about and aware about expenditures and keeping costs under control, and he will do the best to make sure that we have the lowest price available. I don't think that it would be necessarily a bad thing to go ahead and approve a blanket amount right now, and trust that our project manager is going to get us the best price for it as possible. Again, my only concern is talking with the contractors that are on site, is that the concrete company is coming in to pour pads and things of that nature. It would be cost effective, I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe for them to be able to finish the other part of the concrete work at the same time, rather than coming back. So that's my only thoughts.
Right.
Butch, I
Yeah,
think
it's
Jim
above-
has a question.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm not going to weigh in yes or no on this because I don't have strong feelings either way. I could be but I want to know if maybe at this point, as we get close to the end, does it make sense for us to put more meetings on the calendar, knowing we can cancel them? But so that we can convene more frequently as needed to speed up approvals?
Sure. I mean, if the numbers came in 2 weeks, we could certainly have a meeting and approve it. You know? There's
Yeah,
nothing
we-
set in stone that we, can't meet but once a month.
Well, you'd need definitive dates because you're gonna have to know when to post them, so it's not
Right.
like, yeah.
And,
So,
and no idea of Dennis or Neil when that pricing might come in?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I'm still getting back into some of this, so I defer to Neil and Simon, see if they know.
I know
All
there
right,
was
no,
a, oh, I'm sorry.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, my understanding of the hangup is that we have been awaiting input from the civil consultant and the I guess just the civil consultant regarding the scope of the work that was reflected in the changes. And until we have that input, we're sort of waiting to make sure we're reviewing the right scope.
Right. I know at the Monday meetings for well over a month now, we've been talking about that particular item. So. No idea how much, maybe above 25,000, something like that's gonna run, or? Hmm.
Butch,
Yeah, go ahead.
so I totally get what the chief's talking about. I don't have any problem with the concept. I don't like the idea of approving something not before us. I don't think that's right for us to do it that way. So let's pick some meetings. Let's pick some dates that work and help the chief out by having it be in front of us. I don't mind meeting anytime to do it.
Sure.
To help, that I'm willing to help, but I don't like the method of approving something not in front of me.
Neither do I. Well, as soon as the pricing comes in, I can set up a meeting to take care of it,
Yeah, but you have to have a quorum, so
but we don't know when the pricing's gonna come. And so.
well, we have a meeting on November 9th.
9th.
Why don't we set up, I don't know if this conflicts, but the 26th?
26 works for me.
I have it, Fire Station Building Committee in on the 26th already. It's in my calendar, so we must have set it up once upon a time.
Mhm.
Of course, this goes back quite a ways, but
Yeah,
Yeah, we were meeting twice a month. All right.
month back
Yeah.
then. All right, well, let's plan for that.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
And those guys can hustle to come up with some pricing.
and
Good
if we don't
suggestion, Chief.
have what we need, we'll cancel, but.
Well, just
you know,
cancel it, right?
So if we don't have information by whatever by the 48-hour time frame, that, whatever that is, Tuesday, I guess, we would just cancel. Comes
That's
in
right.
Wednesday, well, maybe we do a special meeting.
Right. All right, the next,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Neil. Sorry.
now the next item on the agenda is the project update from the design team. And how the construction process is going. I guess, Simon, you're the guy up for that.
Yep, I can speak a little to it. So things are working smoothly. Scaffolding is down finally, so masonry is just wrapped up. They're starting on perimeter grading, I think next week, around the perimeter of the building. Overhead doors are partly put in. I think the east side, they put the 3 in, and they were starting on the west side. I think there's 1 in so far. The temporary heat for the building will be coming in mid next week. Ceilings are going in. I think they've done offices and bunks so far. Painting continues on in the apparatus bays. So three or four of the doors are in now. MEP is basically done. The exhaust ducts are in, the sprinklers are done. The epoxy floor is a few weeks out, I think first week of November. The mezzanine windows should be coming before the end of the year, before Christmas. So that'll be in ahead of January, and some roof edging to be completed next week. But overall, the site is continues to be clean and well managed, and there's always good progress when we're out there. So,
And a lot of the sheetrock is up on the inside.
yep, sheetrock is up on the inside.
I think we've had some inspections, right? Electrical and plumbing inspections have been completed.
Yeah, all the rough inspections were completed before the walls were closed in.
And commissioning services are ramping up.
Yep.
So we're in really good shape. Any questions for Simon?
Yeah. Is this the time to ask, do we have a target finish date? Not necessarily a move-in date, but when we know that we could move in if we wanted to.
So
I keep getting that question.
Right.
Mayor, in my discussions with David Goodsell from DA Sullivan this afternoon, David anticipates that the building will be ready for furniture in mid-January.
Okay.
So what that means is they'll probably be in the process of buttoning up the final ends. All of the flooring will be down, the walls will be painted, the doors will be swinging. Is it going to be ready for occupancy in mid-January? No, but it'll probably be ready for furniture. And at that point, we'll be going through our final inspections. The city will be doing IT and related infrastructure build out. We'll be bringing in the communications vendors to put in all of the radios and antenna and all of the hardware associated with Motorola and Goosetown, which I believe is the vendor that's doing the communications work. So that all of those systems will be in place starting in January. And DA Sullivan will hopefully at that point be substantially complete and focused on punch list and cleaning up loose ends.
That's all good news. Do we have a technology update that tells us when all of that will get done? I know there was delays in getting stuff.
The equipment that have been identified to us as long lead time has been ordered and has been delivered. As far as I know, we have paid for it. Those were the servers and the other equipment. So at this point in time, we're really waiting for orders from IT in terms of what they're going to procure and when they want to deliver it. But I will certainly take the lead, Mayor, and reach out to Gene and to Fernando and get that information moving forward.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions for the design team or the OPM? Status of the project? Good. Okay, so then the next meeting is scheduled for the 26th of October, 4:30. And we'll work diligently to try to get the pricing and the change order information.
Hey, Butch?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we had one very small change order that was gonna be tacked on to something that got approved last month. So
Yeah,
for door 104B was getting some stainless steel installed on both sides of it.
oh, yeah, the lower right
Yeah,
portion.
they had forgotten to put in the installation price, which is $500. We would like to include that, so that the committee can approve it, then we can get that change order out in proper format.
Sure. Well, I think the small committee can approve that.
Yeah.
1,000, so send it out to us. Okay. Anything else from anybody? No, we're good. We're quick. Everything is good. Oh, good.
Butch, before we adjourn, I just have a comment that I would like to make. I have been visiting the site 3 to 4 times a week. And I've got to tell you, the responsiveness of our project manager, the architect team, and our contractors, they're phenomenal. There have been some minor little conflicts, if you will, a pipe here or a pipe there that shouldn't, wasn't really the best place for it. And we've been able to make some corrections before it became a problem where it becomes a change order. And they've been very receptive, and I can't speak high enough for everybody involved, from Tim's team all the way down. I mean, Neil's team with Tim, and our contractor and our architects. So I try to say it every meeting, but they are really doing a good job for a very tight site.
Yeah, I echo that. Those Monday meetings are really important to keep track of everything and update everything. And if changes need to be made, there's a heads up on it each Monday. So, and they're always fully attended. I think I've been to 42 of them so far, and counting. But without those, I think, things would definitely get behind the 8 ball and some of the stuff. So I echo the chief's statement about the teams. Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye and goodbye.
Aye. Aye,
Aye.
goodbye. Aye.
Bye.
Aye.
Bye.
Well, it's good seeing everybody.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in a couple
Thank you.
weeks.
Good to see you back, Dennis.
Thank
Yeah.